Well, reviving fortunes is fast becoming the big focus of the entertainment industry for the world's biggest cinema-going nation. As the pandemic kept cinemas shut, productions basically halted, releases postponed. It had to adapt with blockbuster films remixed into digital releases as streaming platforms gained more traction. Netflix, Amazon, and Disney have pushed strongly into the Indian market, Julie.
Right, rising incomes and fast internet adoption make India a promising market, adding to the pain for India's top multiplex chains. For more insight on the future of Asia's entertainment industry, we speak to Shibasiz Sakar. He's the CEO of Reliance Entertainment. Shibasiz, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, very quickly, how has the path to recovery been so far?
See, I think the year has been quite a tumultuous year. We have seen we probably in our lifetime we have not seen a situation, and I think the industry also have never seen such a situation. Honestly, the trend is not very different from the global trends, as we have seen that probably the global media and entertainment industry is coming down by almost close to $120 billion over 2019. So whether be it India, be it China, be it Korea, be it Japan, most of the major markets in this sector, we have seen that effect. If I look from an India perspective, the film industry has come down by close to 70% of its market share. The same situation, $2.6 billion industry came to some $800 million probably this year. Same situation in Korea, it has dropped by close to 65%. China, another big market, is close to 70%. So that's the overall situation. But I think the only positive what we can say is that things are slowly looking better, and we all hope that the next year will be better than this.
Shibasiz, I want to get your take on how the whole industry has adapted. I mean, basically, we all don't go to the cinema. I don't even go to the cinema here in Singapore. And I'm so used to streaming on Netflix these days that I don't know if I'd go back to the cinema ever. But the problem is that, with COVID and all the restrictions out there, there has been an issue with getting the content out onto the platforms. I mean, you can sort of remake or remix some of these, blockbuster hits to put it online. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to go out and film new content.
So, I will tell you, I think the things are probably slightly better in most of the major markets now, at least in this part of the world. If I think from an India perspective, I think most of the major production houses are already on the floor. Shooting have started over last couple of months. And the content, I think the more challenge is from people coming back to the theater than probably a content programming, at least from an India perspective. Also, to address your other point, I mean, if you look at honestly, even when the situations are pretty bad and people have confusions whether they want to go to the cinema halls or not, few films which definitely, and across country, few films which are big spectacle films, audiences have reposed their faith. If you start looking from a situation, if you start looking from China, what is the biggest market? If you look at the numbers, what 800 did, if you look at the numbers, what My People did, if you look at numbers of Jiang did, they are the big numbers. I mean, 800 did are close to $472 million business. Look at Korea. If you look at the numbers of Peninsula, if you look at numbers of Allied, and these are early days. I think these are just in the second quarter of this year. They have brilliant numbers, and audiences have came back to the cinema hall. Let's look at Japan. If you look at Demon Slayer is now going to be probably it's just going to cross the ever-time highest box office number in Japanese film industry. So I am an eternal optimist. I think the audiences are going to come back. Definitely, you need large contents, big contents. We have seen even when Tenet came, and in spite of a pretty bad domestic market internationally, it did moderately well. A $350 million global number is not that pretty bad during the completely COVID situation. Content, yes,
right.
yes,
so
programming of the content definitely. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there.
Sorry.
I just want to zoom in on Bollywood movies, if I may. Many of these movies are known for lavish musical numbers featuring scores of dancers, which has largely been a really staple of the genre. How is the pandemic affecting movie scripts and storylines? Are big dance numbers out now? Is it still possible to make great movies?
So making a film, as we have already gone into production, a couple of our own film are already into production, is definitely the little amount of challenge with a large team, little amount of challenge with large number of extras. It still have not gone. So the shootings are happening in much more controlled manner. We probably have not gone back into shooting those large scenes of choreographers, dancers, action sequences. But I don't think that still we have come to a stage that we intend to change the storyline. Probably waiting for the market to open up a little more, the shooting to open up a little more. That's probably where we are. It's very much on the line that those large films with large number of people on the floor are going to be back very soon.
Subhashis, thank you very much for joining us today to discuss that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Still ahead on Asia Fast, checking